Bonjour, foodies. Today I'm at the Beaver Pond Trail. It's a trail in Algonquin Park off the Highway 60 corridor, and I'm gonna give you a guide and take you along with me on this hike. This is a great hike. I've done it before, and let's check it out. Beaver Pond Trail. The Beaver Pond Trail winds in a 2-kilometer loop through rugged Algonquin landscape. Before returning you to the parking lot, the trail visits the pond and Amicus Lake, both which are created by beavers. Please take a trail guide from one of the slots below. You may also use the guide for free, and yeah, let's check out the guide and I'll show you how the guides look. The Beaver Pond Trail. I also have my stick, little attachments. I got this in Algonquin Park the first time I came here in 2019, and I've been using it ever since. It's a nice September morning, first week of September. It's pretty chilly. It's around 7 degrees, and it will be around 19 degrees at lunchtime. And hopefully we get to see a moose, see some wildlife. And you can see it's good to have nice boots. I'm actually wearing my work safety shoes. But shoes are very important when you're hiking. And the time right now is like 6:50 a.m. What a beauty. It's nice. I'm like walking on the beaver pond. This is some smogs. It's the Lord of the Rings I've seen. Yeah, it would suck to fall in. It looks pretty deep. Holy, it's like stupid. You see all the Beaver Dam right there. It's one way of keeping the mosquitoes away. Continue walking. I just love when you walk, you don't really hear much, but as soon as you stop walking, just listen. And the air is so fresh here. It's fresh air, but it's extra fresh hair. Jet life, baby. Let's take a look. Haven't really seen much wildlife. Here says, of all the animals that live in Algonquin Park, none is more remarkable than the beaver. And heading up the list is extraordinary attributes, its ability to cut down trees, often of considerable size. The beaver, so they cut down these trees. Here's the beaver's lodge in his castle. Before you lies a typical beaver pond, one of thousands in Algonquin Park. It is a commonplace sight, in fact, that we sometimes forget that an extraordinary thing it is. By damming the stream, the beavers have actually changed the environment to suit their own needs. From a forest with a stream trickling through it to a wide open pond, 1 or 2 meters deep, of all the creatures which inhabit this park, or indeed the entire world, only one other human being makes such large-scale environmental changes to benefit itself. In the summer, the pond provides the beaver with a safe refuge from predators, since it's much more at home in winter than on land. Water. Interesting. Clues to the past. Pause here a moment and take a careful look around you. Why is this meadow here? Why are there no trees? The boardwalk is taking you across a beaver meadow, called that because the meadow, along with all its plants, animals, birds, simply would not be here if it hadn't been for beavers. Originally, this whole area would be a forest, but when it was flooded by beavers long ago, the trees died and eventually fell. The forest was thus transformed into a beaver pond, much like the one we discussed. The fact that the pond is now a meadow is an excellent reminder of a very serious problem faced by beavers. Although beavers manipulate the environment more successfully than humans, they are not all powerful. A successful beaver colony sows the seeds of its own eventual destruction by eating the available food faster than it is replaced. As the years go by, the beavers must go further and further from the pond to find food, expending greater and greater amounts of energy to get food, and exposing themselves to more and more dangers of being caught by wolves. Eventually, the beavers abandon the pond or die. In either case, the pond may continue to exist for many years, but the unattended dam will not last forever. When the dam does let out, the exposed mud of the former pond is quickly colonized by sedges and grasses and is thus transformed into a meadow. Theoretically, the area might eventually be taken over again by trees and changed back into a forest, but in practice, this rarely happens. The chances are that after a few years, beavers will move back into the area, rebuild the dam, flood the meadow, and start the whole cycle over again. With the Algonquin beaver ponds and beaver meadows, the past is also the future. The Valley of Lilies. We saw at the lake boast that the fate of most beaver ponds sooner or later is to be abandoned, at least temporarily, because the beavers eat the available food faster than the new food can grow. But the food that runs out in the bark and branches of trees, the food eaten by beavers